Everything around you that you call life was made up by people who were no smarter than you. 2 months ago, I quit my 9 to 5 without a plan. Turns out, life is what you make it out to be. 2 months later, I'm building Matcha, an app to help you meet like-minded friends in real life easier. Here's a week in my life. We're doing our first event with Matcha tonight. Kinda nervous. We thought if we're building an app for event creation, then it makes sense for us to be in the shoes of the user. We thought that the best way of understanding what our user need is to actually go and speak to them and also be an user ourselves. So we actually created this event through a shared Google Calendar by inviting people into our calendar. I know this sounds ridiculous, but if you want more details, check out the video from like 2 weeks ago. Anyway, the event is actually happening, the app is building, we're gonna talk to some people who are likely to be our very early users. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Join Matcha! Woo!
There's nothing much, but like if you hear about any kind of like cool startups, like it's like cool.
Ando detrás tuyo a ver si se me da, rezándole a Diosito por una oportunidad. Mami, yo sé que lo
I want to say I just applied and got accepted into buildspace season 5 program. They're like this incubator accelerator thing that helps people build out their ideas. And it's not just startup ideas, it's also tons of random, just really weird ideas that people want to build out. There's people that want to release their first music album, people that want to make a film, people that want to blow up on TikTok, and obviously people that want to build software and start up like what I'm trying to do right now. I'm actually pretty excited. Their program is 6 weeks long, and I know that from past participants, there's people that got out of buildspace and then actually got funded by Y Combinator. buildspace themselves is from Y Combinator, and they were funded by A16Z, the most famous startup investor in the world. There's tons of people that blow up nowadays on TikTok and Instagram, and they were also in buildspace program. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I just did their introduction kickoff call earlier today. It was quite fun just to have that sense of community, right? Because I think that's one thing that's really lacking right now in London, which is most people around me aren't doing what I'm doing. I almost feel a bit out of place most of the time, but just to be in these kind of community where you realize, oh, there's actually other people working on similar or even more weird ideas than me, you realize you're almost not alone. So I'm pretty excited. The event went well, but I still need to finish coding the app. I aim to publish the web app by the end of this week. The first version is almost done, but the last 10% is really hard for me as I only started learning coding 2 months ago. One of the toughest challenge being on this journey is self-doubt. I second guess my decision to not work a day job almost daily, because by default, what I am doing is different from 99% of people. I realize how beneficial it is to find a tribe of people doing similar things as you. Just went to this morning networking event that's designed for founders and investors. It's really good. Met a few really interesting people. Talked to the event organizer for a bit, who worked in private equity and venture capital for a bit, and now, like me, doing his own business. There's people that's trying to build a new startup accelerator. I think with these networking events, they're not the most high leverage thing you can do as a founder because they are not directly contributing to the progress of your startup. But regardless, I think they are very useful and very helpful, especially if you're just starting out and you don't really have a community of people doing something similar as you. Going to these events, you realize there's so many people that are just as crazy as you are and working on different ideas. I think the app is ready to be shipped. Even though there's still some minor bugs and a lot of features I actually want to build in before I ship it. As they always say, right, if you're not embarrassed when you're shipping your first MVP, you're probably shipping too late. I don't want to be building the app in isolation for a few months before I actually give it to any people to try use it. So I'm happy with the current product, slightly embarrassed. Actually, let me show you what I've been building. Now, before I dive right into the app, I want to talk about why it looks a bit weird on the monitor. And that's because when I'm designing the app, I think that most people will actually use it on their mobile browser. But we also don't know and don't want to spend the time to learn how to build an actual native iOS or Android app. That's why I opted for building a web app in the browser that can also look decent in your mobile browser by clicking the button here. Once you click it, you'll be prompted to either sign in with Google, sign in with your email. Boom, 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 you're signed in. You can click into any event and there'll be details: who's the host, where it is, what time, description, how many free spots there are. I've already reserved a spot, so I also can reserve a spot, but as you can see, it says here that, oh, I'm the participant in this event. Now, if you want to create a new event, just click on the top right where a pop-up will show up, and then actually choose an emoji. I quite like this because I thought it's quite cute. And then you can go to your profile page where you can see all the events that you organize, as well as actually a short description of who you are. You can edit your bio here. You can actually view who your friends are. Really, the final page is this view user page. As you can see on the top right here, you click into it, and if you want to, you can navigate to their profile like this, and you'll see the events that they are organizing or events that they say they'll be going. Yeah, I think I'm done for now. Okay, no, not done. I actually spent the last couple of hours trying to deploy the app, which just means to put it online so people can actually click a link and get to our app. There was some problem with how I structured my files. There was some problem with the login not working. The mobile display also looked like a mess, so I actually spent the last couple of hours doing all that. Not completely finished, but I'm gonna spend just a little bit more time because it's already almost 9. I still haven't had food yet to work on it, and then I think we'll finally be done for the day. Even though I'm still kind of like a coding noob, I sometimes feel like a pro now that I can use like the command line as well as use the browser inspector tool, because I always thought they look really scary as like a non-technical person. But now I'm basically using them on like a daily basis, which is like super cool. It makes me feel like, I kind of know what I'm doing. Let me show you. This is what I'm talking about. You know how like you can type in commands and like a bunch of stuff will go off. I now use that as well as this. Oh shit, it's too bright. Yeah, okay, that's better. This like inspector tool on your Chrome. This like this thing. I also use that on a daily basis now, and like it just makes me look like a professional. Even though I'm not really a professional, I'm just like pretending to be. Anyway, gotta get back to work. I think we're finally done. Now you can actually pull up your phone, my phone in this case, tap into the icon, and boom, fully functional web app on my phone. Even though there's still a lot of features I want to add into the app, I think that's good enough for a V1 for now. And given that it is currently, what time is it? It is currently 11:15 and my phone is already in sleep mode. I think I should take it as a sign that work is done for the day. Pretty happy with progress today. And next week we're gonna start talking to people and potentially launching this thing. But gonna go brush my teeth and I'll see you very soon.